Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the Akim who are tuning into these videos. Alright, so as you can see on my screen, I'm just going to speak about what happened over there in France, because there was a big protest because of the mandates that they're about to push. And over here in California, you can't really go into bars, or places to eat, because they're going to start coming down with this mandate, because they're going to want everybody, pretty much, under this mandate that they're about to push, but then a lot of these people, here in America, which is known as Babylon in the scriptures, a lot of people are really believing what this devil's got to offer. They don't think that this man is the Bible, the devil that the Bible speaks of. So that they're willingly, accepting what he's giving and worshiping the image of what this beast, does. And it goes into like all the sciences and the mandates that this devil's behind that he's pushing. So that's why you're not really seeing a big pushback here in America. But in other states, other countries, where certain people pretty much still have an inkling of freedom. All that inkling of freedom is about to get taken away. You're seeing these pushbacks. So mainly here in France, I'm not going to read the article. It's inflammatory language. But they were protesting and rejecting this thing. So I'm just going to read just a little bit. It says some 160,000 people, including far-right activists and members of France's Yellow Vest movement, protested Saturday across the country against a bill requiring everybody to have a special pass to enter restaurants and mandating the jab for all healthcare workers. There's another article too. I'm not going to get it, but they were speaking about here in America, the Department of Defense, or I believe it's the Department of Justice. They were saying that they're allowed to, mandate this for state workers. And pretty soon, it's going to roll downhill where everyone is going to be required pretty much to bend down and worship the image of the beast and accept whatever this devil has to offer. One of the things he's going to offer is going to be the mark of the beast. We're steadily waiting for that, because we know when those things happen, when we can't buy or sell in this society, like me, I can still do that. But when it comes to the point where we won't be able to do that except we have that charagma, that's when we know that our time here in captivity is almost up. But we could see pretty much these things are rolling downhill, at an alarming rate. So it says similar protests were held in neighboring Italy. Police fired water cannons and tear gas on rowdy protesters in Paris, although most gatherings were orderly. So these people were pretty much just denying, the sciences. It was orderly, yet they were still treated as scum, as bad people. That's why they were spraying them. So I'm just going to get out of this. So, that's pretty much what I could read that, because you could pretty much get the picture that there's a civil unrest, and that's what the Bible is speaking about. And so, and if it ain't about, that mandate, it's about, the famines of the world, because all these prophecies, are starting to happen, and all these plagues are starting to happen, and they're starting to take effect. So that's pretty much, you're going to see more and more things coming down, along with that MOB. So this one is it's an article. It says riots in South Africa have left people hungry. It's the poorest who are the worst hit. Because if you've been keeping up in Africa, there's a lot of riots. People, raiding stores. It's pretty much the people of the world. They've had enough. So they're taking it to their own means to get by now. But see, these are all the things that pertains to prophecy. And in the midst of all this chaos, World War III is going to kick off. I'm not even speaking about any articles that speaking about World War III. The chariots are showing up even more and more. Like I said, I'm not going to bring up all those articles. I just want to bring up just a few, and then read some precepts, because all these things are going to happen right before Yahweh Shai returns and delivers the elect. And that's why we got to be pretty much more and more on this tightrope, because we're almost done with this what you would say this I forget the word,
like this punishment. There you go. So that's why you got to be more and more wary about this tightrope, because one little slip can lose your chance of salvation. And we're in this ministries because we hope that we're of that number to be delivered. And that's why we have our faith and our works to go with it. So I'm gonna read this in 2nd Ezra 15, and I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord." So it's the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai that's making us speak these things. We're speaking in the spirit of Yahweh Shai because the spirit of Yahweh Shai is speaking in prophecy. So we're not going to have endless debates like how all these other camps on simple stuff. We're almost at the end. Like, we're at the very end of the tightrope. And if you're trying to learn how to hold that balance pole, like you're walking on a tightrope, it's kind of already too late for that. We're pretty much already almost halfway done with this tightrope. We already know how to carry our balance poles. In another metaphor, we already have our oil. We've been collecting it. We've been flipping this talent. So it ain't time to be weary in faith, or get distracted and taken away with diverse ideologies or whatever it is that these other camps are pushing. Because none of them are really speaking in the spirit of prophecy. But see, here at Great Millstone, that's all we're doing. We're watching the news. Heck, I remember Manatazakba, he was upset because he couldn't go over some news videos because of that one guy who says we all got to come together. Well, we're already at the end of it. Why should we turn around on the tightrope so that we can get people who don't even know how to balance on the tightrope? It's a waste of time. So anyways, verse 2, it says, "And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee." So all these people who pretty much, don't believe or think that we don't got the truth, 100% truth, and we're not speaking in prophecy, we're not letting their imaginations, slow us down. If anything, it's just more of a sign for us in this ministry that we're almost done with this stuff. We're at the end of this thing. We're on this tightrope. Okay, so verse 4 says, "For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness." So in here at Great Millstone, doing the things that we do, watching the videos that we watch, and believing in the doctrine, that requires faith. So, and all these other camps, they don't have that. That's why they're offshoots of what you would call the Hebrew Israelite movement. But pretty much it's we'll see at the end of days if they start getting this truth or not. But right now it's looking bad. Because you still got time to repent and all that stuff. Because we can still buy and sell. But as you can see, things are coming down the line where they're going to require you, of things. They're going to mandate this thing. They're going to write unrighteous decrees in their laws because it's in the power of them to do that. So this is the time pretty much, to gain that wisdom and knowledge so that you can be stable in those times. All right, so verse 6 is I'll read verse 5. It says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." And we're seeing those plagues happen when it's in the form of riots, wars and rumors of wars, famines and destruction. There's been floods and explosions, all throughout this whole year. This 2021 has been a bang so far. All right, so verse 6, it says, "For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled." And everything here in Babylon is getting worse and worse. Like, you can see why this place needs to get judged. I'm not gonna speak on it too much, but that demon Lil Nas X, he just dropped a new video where kids can watch that video. They can go on YouTube and type in naked yoga, without parents, supervision, and they could watch this darkness, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. That's not even the tip of the iceberg. That's the tip of it, I guess you could say. But anyways, it says, "For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. So it's pretty much, you got two sides here. You're either the people who are continually doing profane things, committing, profanely things, exercising themselves in wicked manners, or you could be of the innocent and righteous blood that crieth unto the souls of the just, and complain continually, to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai for all these abominations that are done down here. And if you're not doing that, if you're not, preaching in the name of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai and in prophecy, then you're pretty much, you're committing fornication. You're doing the wrong thing. You still got time to correct yourself, but like I said, we can still buy and sell right now, but you can see it coming down the line. Well, we're not going to be able to do those things. And in those times, we'll see if your wisdom and knowledge will keep you stable. All right, so I'm just going to read Matthew 24. I'll just start at verse 1. It says, And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the building of the temple. And Yahushua said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, and the disciples came unto him privily, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? So the disciples were asking about, the last days and how it's going to be. It says from verse 4 says, And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. So he's pretty much warning you that there's going to be people out there trying to deceive you. And so continuing on, it says, For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdoms against kingdom. Because all these nations have to go to the vow of Yahushua, for the Lord's judgment. So we're seeing those things happen. They're manifesting as we speak. And continuing on, it says, And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So we're seeing all these things. And then I want to just jump down to verse 11. It says, And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And we're seeing that on YouTube. It's pretty much everyone's a false prophet if they're not under this banner of Great Millstone. And I'm not seeing that in a proud sense. I'm just saying that because all these people, they don't speak in prophecy. They don't speak to get you ready for Jacob's trouble. So they're pretty much false prophets, and the blood is going to be required of them, for leading people astray. And then verse 12, it says, And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So it's been every day you see on Instagram, Twitter, or whatever, a lot of people are just fighting each other. I remember a few months ago, that Asian hate thing, it's still going strong. So it's just pretty much, you see the love of many waxing cold. No one cares about each other as they once used to. This whole thing with the mandatory, let's just say like this, the mandates. You can see the people who are on that side of things, how much they hate the people who aren't on that side. Yet here we are, we're healthier than ever, yet they aren't, and they're blaming us for it. It just goes to show you that they believe in a science falsely so called. So anyways, this is Daniel 12 verse 1. It says, And at that time shall Michael stand up. And that time is talking about, these last days, Jacob's trouble, up to the time where we get delivered. It says, The great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. And the people who are found written in the book are the ones who are sighing and crying for all the abominations down here. Like in Ezekiel 9, it talks about the ones who have that mark, that tawah of exemption of judgment, because they're doing the right thing. And Lord's will, me and including the brothers in Great Millstone, we're doing the right thing so that we're seen worthy to be found written in that book of life. All right, so verse 2 says, And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. That's talking about, because all Israel is going to be saved,
Yeah, that's going to be through the loins of the elect because of reincarnation. So you pretty much you got these two sides. The broad gate or the straight and narrow, because the straight and narrow is going to lead to life everlasting. But the broad gate is going to lead to destruction with those thermonuclear missiles. So you choose you this way. Which way you want to do, like how Joshua was saying, on that stone. So that's the end of this video. As you can see, we're getting closer. I didn't get a lot of the articles that that I was speaking about, but it's getting too much, because you can see these things coming down the line. It's time to keep your eye on the prize, because we're almost done with this tightrope. All right, so I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakodash, Shalom Akim.